Hello everyone, what's going on? It's Reese here. Today we're going to be talking about the cryptocurrency market and more specifically Bitcoin, just because majority of the people who don't know too much about crypto mostly just know a little bit about Bitcoin. So today we're going to be talking about what is a Bitcoin, then we're going to be following that up with what affects a Bitcoin's price or any kind of crypto price, why it's rising and why it fell, who are the key players in Bitcoin, uh, is it risky? Would I buy it? And lastly, my message to you guys as investors. So, firstly, what is a Bitcoin? Well, unlike banks, Bitcoin is an uncentralized form of banking and security, which simplified just means it's a currency that you can use for transactions. So, with this, you can buy things or what they plan on making it is you can buy things all around the world at the same price because it'll just be in Bitcoin. So a Tesla car in China and a Tesla car in the States will both be, I don't know, let's just say one Bitcoin. Um, so yeah, and then what is Bitcoin uh, really? It's like a ledger. Because what banks have right now is it has like a physical ledger where someone writes down your transaction. And Bitcoin, it does that digitally with like hash rate and hash power behind it. So both of them, you have to put trust in something. Most people are putting trust in the banks right now, but uncentralized Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies really tend on trying to get the trust for electronics and the web. So now we're going to be talking about what affects its price. Now Bitcoin rose up over 1,000%. It went from uh, I believe it was around 8,000 all the way up to 70,000 Canadian in this past year. So it went up a lot, and then it went back down a little bit after this past week. So what affects it? Well, we know that supply and demand, right? One of the basics of business and economics. It's that affects it because the limit of Bitcoin, the amount of Bitcoin that there is in the world, and the amount of people that want it will affect it. The news that came out about it, without anyone knowing anything about the stock, they won't sell or they won't buy because you gotta know what you're getting into. Um, the institutional backing, so whether really rich players in the world are saying this is a good investment, and then just public opinion. So basically, just your average Joe, anyone that is just getting into crypto, what they think about it, um, and yeah. All right. So for the rise, how Bitcoin went from being nothing to where it is today. Um, well, you can see it slowly rise over time as they pushed their coin out. But once they really hit the market, you could see how it skyrocketed when Tesla first bought it, bought it and was letting people purchase their Teslas with it. So with that, it gave a purpose for the coin. And then we have the massive amounts of like miners that were like starting to pop up around the world. Everyone was wanting to get in on the mine for Bitcoin, and so with that, you got
China. China.
Was huge on the crypto scene because they um, they have all this power and they have all this space to do it. So they opened up a bunch of mining facilities, and they have over 50% of all the mining um, facilities for Bitcoin in the world, which is a lot. Um, so when they really got in, then that started like getting everyone involved. And then there was Kathy Woods and Eric Voorhees, where Eric Voorhees, he was doing interviews and all that, a debate with Peter Schiff. Um, and Kathy Wood has ARK Invest, where she was heavy and she was earning, I think it was the most returns the past year. So she had a key factor in the price rise as well. Um, so now we're going to be talking about how it fell, or it didn't fall all the way down, but how it stumbled. So at first we got the interview with Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, where Warren Buffett said I'm all right on that one, and Charlie Munger decided to take up with the question, and he said, I don't welcome a currency that's so useful to kidnappers and extortionists and so forth. Nor do I like just shuffling out of your extra billions of dollars to somebody who just invented a new financial product out of thin air. So I agree. I agree with that. It's so true. I don't like how extortionists can use this money. They can also use the fiat currency like U.S. dollars and the Canadian dollar, but this has more of a backing to it because they can at least prove that a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin, whereas with fiat you can prove it where it's fake. So it they could also have been maybe given fake money for what they've done, but now Bitcoin is you can't fake a Bitcoin. Um, so yeah, so that didn't impact the price, but it did impact future news, in my opinion. So then Elon tweeted out, which was very unlike Elon. It was a very formal tweet involving the word "we," meaning is like Tesla as a whole. But yeah, he tweeted out that they're not going to be accepting Bitcoin anymore, which that is a huge impact on the price because from what I know, Tesla is the only real place you can buy like something other than the dark web with Bitcoin. So that was a huge impact on the price going up and down. So when that happened, he shortly after sold a little bit of his Bitcoin, but not. It was nothing. It was a small percent. And then right after that,
China
decided to stop or start cracking down on the crypto mining in its country because of all the fossil fuels that it's been using to power up all the hash that it's putting out. So yeah, so that that was a pretty big impact too. So since this happened with the stock, there was less uh, demand, like less people looking to get a Bitcoin. So the supply was still at its roughly 18 million, um, but the demand shortly just diminished. Um, and I don't even think this is as far as it can go with the crash. So with that, we're gonna get into the key players and then what I think in the future. So Elon Musk, key player, with him backing Bitcoin, but then shortly dismissing it because of the fossil fuels for now, which I agree with him. If there was a green way of mining and getting all this hash rate without fossil fuels, that would be a perfect type of currency, at least to start transitioning to. So yeah, I agree with Elon on that one. That was really smart for him. And then Kathy Woods is also all about innovation. So with that, she understands that Bitcoin is going to be the future one day. So same as Elon, except for she doesn't really have a product she's selling. She's just backing it because she knows it's innovative. Then we have
China.
they seem to not hate Bitcoin, but hate the fossil fuel usage that's going on. So, which is very odd considering their usage of fossil fuels, anyways. But with the crypto scene, apparently they don't like it being used. So yeah, and then finally, what I think is most important about this is the public opinion, because those are just a country's politics and their political groups that are deciding what they should do with crypto, and then two players that are heavily on crypto. But what really matters is the public opinion, because if the public doesn't like Bitcoin and it says, "Oh, let's switch to Dogecoin," like the Saturday Night Live skit was saying, or let's go do some other currency, then there will be less demand for Bitcoin while the supply is only going up. So with the supply going up, we're not going to be seeing as high as a price because if the demand goes down. Because right now, majority of the people that are getting in on this hype of crypto, they just lost probably 10%, I would say, maybe more of how much they put in. So if they didn't lock out their gains, they're not going to be wanting to buy more Bitcoin because they don't see it as a future profit. They just see it as, oh, it went down, so it's probably not going to go back up, or it went down and I lost all my money. I'm not going to put more money in it. But when you're investing, you don't invest for a day, you don't invest for a week, you invest for the next 10 years, the next like 20 years even on some things. But like majority of these new investors don't understand that. They just see the greed and they want that money. So yeah, so now we're moving on to would I buy it? Um, and like am I or is it risky? And yeah, it is. It is risky. 100%. It can go all the way down to zero. You can lose all your money. But could it go up a lot? Yeah, it could. It could go up a lot. So without institutional backing on, even stocks for that matter, without any institutional backing, the price will be very volatile because it won't have that strong structure behind it. It'll just be a any old stock. So with that, I would say don't put in. Uh, if you can't accept losing all the money you put into Bitcoin, don't put that much in. Only put the amount you feel comfortable losing into Bitcoin. And I know that might sound stupid because, oh, well, the amount I'm losing, does that mean I'm going to lose money in Bitcoin? Possibly. Possibly you will. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't advise you if it will go up or down. I can't advise you how much you might make. All I can say is it is very volatile. It was going up a lot, but it also can go down just like you saw last week. So would I buy it? Where where would I purchase that? What price? Um, my price range is around 20 to 10K. I wouldn't buy a full one, but I would purchase probably a tenth, so like $1,000 or maybe $2,000 worth of Bitcoin if it ever dropped down that low. Um, and I know that's a far-fetched number, but they're still in the early stages of Bitcoin. Uh, like I just said, Tesla stopped accepting it, so I don't think it's gonna go very far without that kind of backing because I still don't know any place that accepts Bitcoin other than the dark web, and what Tesla was accepting it. And then public opinion, like I was saying earlier, where it depends on the average Joe. So in a week or a month, when everyone's like, "Oh, the price isn't going back up to what it was. I should take my money out and invest in something else," then that's when the price will plummet even further because it'll have more people selling and it'll just be a sell off. Everyone's just out of Bitcoin now. And once that happens, it'll drop immensely and then that's where I'll buy. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm okay with missing out on the Bitcoin hype because I don't feel safe putting my money in at 50 at 50K around there. Because I know it's gonna stay around 50K, maybe 100K, possibly in the next 10 years, 500K. But my goal is to see the most growth I can in my investments. So I'm investing in my previous video, which is MindMed. You guys can go check that out. I try to put more enthusiasm and drive in this video because my first video it was bad, and I know it was bad. but I'm trying my best to improve the quality and the tune of my voice. So yeah, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion. However, if you would subscribe, like, and comment down below what you are going to do with crypto, that'd be great. And have a good one.